We are saying happy birthday today to a prolific author across a wide variety of genres. Dean Koontz turns 79 years old today. He has published more than 105 novels, a number of shorter stories, and has sold more than 450 million copies of his work.
He is well known as a suspense writer who includes elements of horror, fantasy, and science fiction in his work. But he has also authored a number of books with the help of his dog. So Trixie was a golden retriever who posted actively on Koontz' blog. When she died in 2007, Koontz released a book sharing some advice he learned from Trixie.
Rob Caldwell talked with him that year and wanted to know if the words came to him in torrents.
They don't necessarily come in torrents, but if you sit there 10 and 12 hours a day, you can make them come eventually. So there's days where I imprint the pattern of my forehead in the plaster of the walls repeatedly, but then there are other days when it flows and you can never make it happen. It just does it as it wishes to.
Your new book is called Bliss to You, Trixie's Guide to a Happy Life. It's a book written by your dog as told to you. What's the story behind Trixie?
Well, Trixie was a wheelchair service dog, and she was in service with a girl who'd lost both legs in a traffic accident. And then Trixie had elbow surgery and came to live with us when she was 3 years old because she had to be taken out of service. And she lived with us 9 years, and during that time, before she passed last year, she wrote 2 other books. And the first book, her first hardcover, outsold mine 14-1, my first hardcover, and I had a lot of envy there for a while, but she's a golden retriever. You can't stay mad at a golden retriever. And she's evolved now. She's got her third book, Bliss to You, and she's written this from the other side. I turn my computer off at night, I come in the morning and it's on, and her next chapter's been sent to me from the great beyond. And she's got other books in the future. She's turning into quite a little industry. And in this book, she tries to teach you how to achieve the bliss that dogs live with every day.
And you really do believe that dogs can teach us a thing or two about how to lead a happy life, don't you?
She taught me an awful lot about how to lead a happy life. She was a very smart little creature and she was very determined. And I used to work until 7 o'clock at night and she would have none of that. She would stop you at 5 and she had a little clock in her head. She knew when it was 5 and she'd use all her wiles to get you up from that chair until finally it became a habit with me. And she taught me to relax and accept things in life that we get too caught up in that seem too important to us. And dogs can teach us nothing's very important except a good smell. That's the most important thing.
You just mentioned how many copies or how well her earlier books have sold. What kind of a response did you get after Trixie died from readers? They really were touched, weren't they?
Well, you know, she's been writing for our website and in our snail mail newsletter, which goes out to 20,000 people. And they loved her so much that the newsletter had to become all about Trixie and less about me, which was fine with me. And when she passed, we got over 50,000 letters from people, condolences, and stories about losing their own beloved dogs. And that has given me so much material. I think the day will come when I'll write about loss and about how to deal with the loss of a pet and the beauty of owning them, and the fact that often when they go, they leave you a little sign in the weeks afterwards that they're okay, which we had one of, which I write about in Bliss to You in the introduction, and which a lot of these 50,000 people told me they had similar experiences.
That conversation was about 15 years ago, but Koontz continued to share Trixie's contributions on his website, writing under the name Totos, which stands for Trixie on the Other Side.
I like that. He also, by the way, did adopt more dogs. One of them, in fact, was the grandniece of Trixie. Absolutely lives on.
I agree. There's a lot we can learn from dogs.
And how often do we say, oh, living the life over there?
Exactly. Exactly. All the time.
That's it for us.